You've tuned into The Mountain Gardener with your host, Ken Lain. Gardening it can be challenging, but with these simple insider tips, you'll reap huge rewards. Now, let's tune into today's Mountain Gardener with Ken and Lisa. Now, the mountains of Arizona were famous for our evergreen forests, pine trees mainly, junipers, Arizona cypress. There's quite a few of them, but there's so many others that are shorter, like shrub forms. So you've got lots of native manzanitas that grow here. Well, you can have that in your backyard, and it's got the striking red bark down the trunk. It's got beautiful, rich, deep forest green foliage. It's got a bell-shaped flower in spring. It has a lot going on for it, and super drought hardy. This is one you do not want to put on a drip system. It's so low care. You kind of plant it out there and water it by hand as you remember. That's a manzanita for you. Well, there's quite a few plants like that, but I would call that a fall to autumn, even into winter evergreeny kind of things. Many of them, like Nandina or heavenly bamboo. If you folks in California, this is heavenly bamboo. The rest of us, Nandina. There's lots of varieties of this. It's a broadleaf evergreen. It's got wide needle leaves to it, holds its foliage, but when it's out in full sun, gets a striking red to purple foliage. It's quite interesting. And then when it pushes its new growth in spring, it's nice, soft, bamboo-looking type of foliage. It's not bamboo. So bamboo's invasive in most landscapes. You do not want bamboo. It takes over. You can't get rid of the cluster. Snakes hide out in it. It's just too big, too aggressive. But heavenly bamboo or Nandina, it's not really it's sort of has a look to it, but it's not truly a clumping or running type of bamboo. So it's much easier to care for, much low maintenance, grows in the ground, grows in containers, grows out in raised beds. It's just got a lot going on for it. Out in full sun, it gets bright colors like reds and purples, and in the shade, just has this it's kind of like a beautiful woman with nice new highlights. Like the top edge would be nice and red, but basically it's green. So it's that. It's got a lot going on for it. And here's the beautiful thing: javelina, deer, rabbits, they don't eat it. Antelope do not bother heavenly bamboo or Nandina. It's a great plant for it's evergreen, but it's also got some fall color to it. It's a blend. It gives you that it's quite fun to play with from a designer standpoint because it just has this soft foliage. And with a rock yard, it's so harsh. Rock is so, well, it's just sterile. You need some softness to it. And so your greenscape or softscape is what we call it, softens up all your hardscape. That's the patios and the rock and the driveways and the pillars and the fences. That's hardscape. Softscape gives life back to that yard, yet low maintenance. And so those are great ones. Another one that's quite famous, probably the number one seller in the nation, not necessarily here in the mountains of Arizona, but it's right up there. Boxwood. Now, I don't know why this thing keeps getting so, I can tell you why it's so popular. It's perfect. It always keeps its shape. It doesn't have any real issues. Animals don't bother it. It's a perfect, tight, full, evergreen plant. And quite honestly, for you butterfly folks, bees, pollinators, it's a great pollinator. In the spring, it blooms. When the bees first come out of hibernation, they'll use this as one of the very few food sources out in the yards. It's a great one to have out there because it's evergreen, holds its foliage, virtually takes no pruning, and it's a pollinator. Oh my gosh, it's like everything you want in a plant. They just don't get very big. And they're kind of hip high, most of them. There's a couple columnar varieties that maybe get a little bit taller, but not really. They're going to be in that hip to knee high. So that's one where they edge like English gardens, like a nice knee high to hip high hedge that formally surrounds the flower beds. That's it. That's boxwood. That's why it's so popular. It just always looks good year round. One that's sort of like that, but a little different, is euonymus. So euonymus is a gigantic family of plants. It comes in a gold tinge and a silver tinge and a solid green. It comes in head high or bigger, hedge, it's big, or it goes chest high or hip high. They got some ground cover varieties. They're called winter creepers. They're all varieties of euonymus. Most of them are evergreen. In fact, all of them are, except for one that I can think of. Burning bush, which is turning red right now as we speak. You see this beautiful kind of head high shrub out there in the yard. It's bright red. That is burning bush. It's one of the few. It's actually a euonymus. It's the same family of plants. Again, this is a huge family of plants. Most are evergreen, but that one that grows up here is a deciduous variety. That is, it loses its leaves. But before it does that, it turns this burning red, that's the name, burning bush, shrub out there that's just magnificent. I mean, it's just, if you need some red out for the fall color, it's good. And we even without foliage, the stems are quite interesting as you look at close. They've got a bark, kind of a bark covered, kind of corky looking bark to it. It's just super unusual. Florists often will take cuttings and use them in their floral arrangements. I think they'd look just quite striking with nothing but burning bush coming out of a vase. It'd just be beautiful. Without the red color, just no foliage. It's so interesting and super easy to grow. So all those are really good. A lot of the euonymus can change, have kind of like that Nandina. They can have some coloration variation to them. I would say junipers. Junipers are evergreen, obviously, but many varieties can have a purple hue or a golden hue to them. So they can have some very interesting, there's nothing lower maintenance than juniper. They get a bum rap because they have some allergy issues. The big native ones can have some allergies. Quite honestly, we only grow non-allergy, not allergy-free, but darn close to it. So the male junipers are the ones that have all the pollen. They think they're just going to populate every gal out there. So pollen goes streaming across the yard, and then you get these allergy attacks. But if you just have females, so we only grow female varieties of junipers here at Waters Garden Center because we're not starting them by seed, we're starting them by cuttings. So we can dictate male or female kind of plants. And so you get a prettier plant without all the allergy issues. But that's one, many of them turn colors. Quite interesting colors. And of course, number one seller, maybe there's two. There's one native and one big one, red-tipped photinia. This one's gigantic. So it gets 12 by 12 by 12. I mean, children, small dogs have been lost in red-tipped photinia. They can be too big. Don't put them next to the house or they will take over. Generally, they're too big for my yard, so I don't have one in my yard because I don't want to work that hard. It gets mildew, it has bugs, grasshoppers get on, deer eat it. It's just got every problem you could have, it's got it. But it is number one seller because it grows so fast that you get a lot of plant for the money, basically. So it's cheap. But it can be it's a laborious plant. It's not low maintenance. It's laborious to keep it in check. So you're always going to have your maintenance guy out there cutting on this thing 2 or 3 times a year. One that's sort of like that's a native, it's quite good. This one is low care, is silverberry, or Elaeagnus is the botanical name. You think Ellie and Agnes, put them together. That's Elaeagnus. That's the native, that's botanical name, but silverberry is kind of probably easier to remember. Now it comes in gold, that's the one I plant myself. Again, it's a big plant, well above my height. I mean, I'm a tall man. It's above me. It's easily going up 7, 8, maybe 10 feet. Solid, just evergreen foliage, and it is drought hardy. I do not put mine on a drip irrigation, so it would grow too fast. I want to abuse it to keep it in check. Nice, full, rich. The leaves are bigger than a silver dollar, bigger than an old-fashioned cell phone. I guess that's related to more anymore, but it's a good plant. The native one is blue. There's a gold variation of that's quite striking. I've got it in my darker parts of the landscape against a dark cedar fence, and it just shines. I mean, it adds some life, some richness to that part of the yard. And I hardly care for it. I prune it. Maybe I might give it a haircut once a year. Yeah, and then I never water it. It's a great plant. So silverberry. Those are your broadleaf evergreens that also look good in autumn and throughout the winter season to come.
Water's October companion plants that grow well together are blaze maple, burning bush, spicy mums, and glamour kale.
Few flowers are more elegant in fall than Water's glamour kale.
The autumn colors are perfect for containers, beds, and borders.
And it's so easy to grow.
This unique Prescott selection is an award winner for cold hardiness, intense red, purple flowers in a frilly package.
You'll find bright fall flowers here at Waters Garden Center in Prescott. For a more fruitful garden, increased success in the landscape that just feels better, then tune in daily to the Mountain Gardener podcast. Subscribe through your favorite podcast streamer or visit watersgardencenter.com. Better yet, visit me directly right here at Waters Garden Center. Thanks for tuning in.